Gonna be doing like the way she was shaven, so
The plastic teeth get shaved down, and from that final shape, Martin's finished veneers will be made.
Yeah, it's a wee bit more natural that way. No big mad horsey. Like that, you know what I mean? At the minute I'm looking at it, it just looks like a big blab.
You're thinking like turkey teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they look like turkey teeth, but
Right.
they're your teeth, so.
Right. See the two front teeth? You make them a wee slightly bit rounder. And possibly that one. See that one here?
we can, yeah. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, I got better. Yeah. Happy?
Happy?
Yeah. You got that?
The next stage is Martin deciding what colour his new veneers should be.
That's more like that one.
That's the whitest one.
Yeah.
Generally, they have all like like this color. Their previous natural too, so they don't want to go with the old one, so they prefer whiter.
So hard to choose.
I know. That's very natural.
That is
Like, it's not
B1,
too
yeah.
white.
Yeah.
We do transpiration.
So that's the way natural teeth look. You know, they look like kind of transparent at the bottom. The colour
Yeah.
fades up the ways.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Whatever decision I make here has to stay with me. It's not like you're going to travel to Turkey every other week,
No,
for a dentist appointment.
Yeah.
So.
The plastic teeth will now be returned to the lab for moulding. Martin got engaged recently, and it spurred him on to book dental surgery. But now he's halfway through, I'm keen to know how he feels.
I mean, I knew what I was getting into when I came over here, but it's like the isolation of sitting in your room and no waiting for each appointment.
Yeah.
Even though I'm free to roam around Istanbul if I want to, but I mean, when you have your teeth and all shaved down, I don't really want to go out in public, so.
Yeah. What do you think about it is it's making it more normalised? Is it the price? Is it because everybody's doing it? You know?
I think it's becoming more and more common back home. I'm seeing a lot more people going and getting it done. I mean, the first thing you see when you go and greet someone is their smile, you know. And I'm not a vain person, but just when you're talking to people day in, day out, it's nice to have a nice smile when you're greeting people.
Yeah.
It's always something that's sort of bothered me. Growing up, I didn't have a nice smile and
Yeah.
should have got braces when I was younger and never done that. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think at the end of this process, I should be happy.
Surgery update, I had my boob job, which is probably why I look totally shattered, because I am. I'm going to be so honest. As soon as I woke up, the pain was a solid 10 out of 10. It was not pleasant at all.
After spending 2 days in the hospital for her boob job, which seems pretty standard,
Souvenir.
Chloe is getting ready to be discharged.
If I have pain at any point, when can I take paracetamol? What time?
7.
7?
maybe.
Okay. No problem. Thank you very, very much.
Let me help you with the back.
Yeah,
And also,
they're very tall.
just drag them. Don't worry about them. Just drag them.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We worked it out. It's an extra £1 on each boob. So £2 on my chest that I'm not used to carrying. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I do feel like they look a bit mental with this top on. It looks so different with the top on than just the bra, I think.
Well, it's very natural looking, I think.
Do you think?
in a few days, Chloe will be returning home to Belfast. But now it's rest and recuperation at a nearby hotel.
Happy now.
That's great. It's just, I can just literally see them in my eye line now. It's just not what I'm used to. Day 2 post-op. I just had a bouncy blow dry, which was lovely. There is like a little hair salon in the hotel. I'm like quite tight. I will fully admit that I was quite naive to think that I could make a bit of a trip out of this and do some stuff. I can't be arsed doing anything, and it's really annoying because the weather here is absolutely beautiful.
Although Chloe's been discharged from the hospital, part of the package she booked includes a 5-star hotel and daily checkups with a nurse. Having spoken to consultant surgeon Alistair Brown back in Belfast, I now understand how crucial aftercare is. But But every clinic and hospital is different, and the level of aftercare depends on the package you choose.
So how are you, Chloe, today?
I'm okay at the moment, up
Yeah.
and down.
You haven't seen them before, right?
And not really.
Not.
Normal.
The wounds look very well, she says. Would you like to see them?
Biz anneye kalkar.
Yeah, you can stand up carefully, yeah.
I'm scared. Wow.
Now it looks a little high-seated
Yeah.
because of swelling, but it will go down.
Bir ay boyunca yüksekten bir şey indirmeyecek.
For a month, please don't raise your arms too much to get something from higher levels.
Ağır bir şekilde çocuğunu kucağına almasını istemiyoruz.
But don't lift your kids from the ground to your chest level.
Okay.
Also, like shopping in grocery and lifting the bags is not ideal for you for 4 more weeks.
Okay.
Ama iyileşme bir yıl sürmeye devam ediyor.
But this process goes for a year. Getting them again soft and natural.
Will they feel hard for a long time?
After 2 months, most of the hardness will wear off.
Okay. I'm happy.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. See you Saturday.
Bye.
That was the first time I got to actually see them in the mirror standing up. And I actually think now they're the perfect size. I think I was scared of them being either way too big or not big enough, but I think they're perfect.
I think it looks very, very good, the scoring.
They look like they'll heal well, I think.
Yeah.
I'm scared of doing anything wrong in case I detriment anything. I'm scared of splitting a stitch or moving too much or bumping into somebody or anything. I just want to be safe in my bed while I don't have to worry about 3 kids jumping all over me in a couple of days.
Just on here?
It's just on there on the left-hand side.
On the other side of the city, Naji, one of the directors of Martin's Dental Clinic, has offered to give me a tour of their lab.
Guys, welcome to Dental Site.
And I'm told Martin's 12 laminate veneers and 2 zirconium crowns are almost ready.
So when Martin's teeth, when he had the x-ray and the scan and stuff, it comes here?
Yeah, once X-ray is done, we will send it all into our lab.
So is that someone's shaved down tooth there?
Yes.
Okay.
And he has the pictures right in front of him. He's using
Oh,
his
yeah?
experience with the actual jaw shape and redesigning those teeth the way they should be. So, this here is Martin's final work. Martin, these are your teeth. So right now she's doing final touch of polishing them.
It's mad that it's like nearly hand painted, like.
Yes.
I didn't know you had to paint them either.
Yeah.
This is
I
how
thought
the
it was just
polishing
polish.
is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of detail goes into it too, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a lot of details. It does need somebody with a lot of passion who's going to love their job to do it.
What do you think of the colour now?
They're much shinier, aren't they, than like the matte like
Yeah.
that they had before. How long is left before it's actually finished?
Probably half an hour.
Oh.
Naji might be super knowledgeable about the process of making teeth, but he's not a dentist and he does not live in Turkey.
How did you end up in Belfast? What's your story?
My wife is Irish. We are married over 20 years. I live in Northern Ireland over 20 years.
What kind of line of work were you in?
Believe it or not, I'm a goldsmith. I am a jeweler.
Social media has obviously been one of the biggest factors, I think, in the rise of cosmetic surgery.
Yeah, we spend fortune on social media. That's the only way to get patients, you know. There is no way for me to reach any patient if I don't use technology. I mean, you can't stop this. People are out there, they are searching. I think back home, the health sector should just understand there is no breaks in this.
In terms of aftercare, is there anything you would like to see that could make the experience, you know, a bit smoother if there was an issue for the patient?
Our work is really good work. I believe we do better work than a lot of places. So I'm happy to work with any dentist in Northern Ireland to give our patients aftercare. You know, so I would say if there is an agreement between governments, Turkish government and Irish or UK government, to have a Bible ready for everyone to follow, it will be great, wouldn't it?
Martin's new teeth come with a 20-year guarantee.
Yesterday wasn't the right color. Today is the correct color that he
the
asked for.
after being hand painted.
Yeah.
But even then, if anything went wrong, he'd still have to pay for his own flights to have them fixed. And as more and more people travel here for dental work, it's inevitable that issues will arise. A survey by the British Dental Association found that 86% of UK dentists reported treating complications from dental tourism, such as abscesses and infections. These complications will usually not be treated by NHS dentists, and going private for the remedial work often costs patients more than the original cost of the surgery. Back at Martin's clinic, it's time for the big reveal.
Have a look at it and see what you think.
1, 2, 3, smile.
Yeah. No, our class.
It makes such a difference, I think. Because even when you open your mouth, like if you were laughing and so on, it looks natural. You know what I mean?
It
Like,
does, doesn't
yeah,
it?
in the back
Yeah.
eye.
Wow. Fascinating.
There may be a bit of stigma around turkey teeth, but Martin looks happy with his decision.
This is desert.
Having seen the standard of hospitals in Turkey and seen two very good examples of how well it can be done, I understand why people feel safe and comfortable to do it. However, I think meeting Shannon's family and meeting Lauren will stay with me for the rest of my life. Business for these medical tourism companies is booming, and at the minute, there are not enough protections in place. The people picking up the pieces from these surgeries that go wrong are in the NHS, and that's also not fair on the NHS.
Ultimately, people will continue to travel abroad for cosmetic surgery because it's a much cheaper option, and that's their choice. It can be a very positive experience. But hearing firsthand from families who have lost loved ones and from NHS surgeons dealing with emergencies, I can understand why people are calling for more regulation of the medical tourism industry.
I just haven't had pain, more discomfort and tightness, but I'm fine. Would I do it again? In a heartbeat.
So she's in there now for 2 years now, and we've still no answers.
Within hours, Chloe is being encouraged to get up and walk.
Feels very different standing up.
This helps prevent blood clots and speed up recovery.
Just have all this extra weight that I need to get used to carrying.
You're walking very well.
Yeah.
So we've just left Chloe. She did say she's in a lot of pain. She said her back is really sore, which she wasn't expecting. And they seem very high up, and she did say that. She said they seem very high up, but then they're going to be really swollen. Like I just know anecdotally from other people who got them done, they are swollen for a good while. So she'll get to see them tomorrow. Thank God everything went well. Doctor said there was no complications, so that's as much as we know for now, but it's all good. So today I'm supposed to meet the CEO of Longevita, Chloe's medical tourism company. And I have a lot of questions about
medical tourism in general, because obviously after speaking to some of the people that we've spoken to in this documentary, like, there are obviously people doing it by the book. And from what I've seen so far of Longevita, they really are. And Chloe's really well looked after. But we know, and I think everyone has heard the horror stories, like, we know not everyone is. And then I'm going to go see Chloe in the hospital. Wish her happy birthday. I might get a look at her boobs. You ready for this? It gets very Dolly Parton. Before coming to Istanbul, I reached out to the Turkish government agency that promotes medical tourism, but they refused my request for an interview. Can, Longevita's CEO, can help me understand the industry here and how it's regulated. So Ken, thank you so much for having us. Can you tell us a bit about your background?
I'm a business person.
Okay.
And I started Longevita almost 15 years ago. And it was based on a personal story. My wife actually had an accident in London. She broke her cheekbone and she became my first client.
Can you explain to me why surgery is so much cheaper in Turkey than it is at home?
Sure. The wages are low. The real estate costs, pound per square foot, are much lower. The insurance premiums are lower.
Okay.
So that is why you have that massive price difference.
Why do you use brand ambassadors?
Our brand ambassadors are our previous patients.
Chloe's a brand ambassador. Before she even got her surgery, she referred more than 100 people to Longevita through her TikToks and social media and stuff. Is it really credible that someone who hasn't had surgery can recommend Longevita when she doesn't know? I mean,
I think it is, because this is not only about the surgical experience. The experience starts at the moment that you make an inquiry. Actually, it takes on an average of 3 to 4 months for our patients to make a decision to make the trip to Turkey.
If Chloe had some kinds of complications now, would she be able to post on social media about that?
If she, yes, of course. I mean, we have some clauses in place on our contract to prevent keyboard warriors because we want to protect our brand.
So what are those clauses?
It protects the brand against defamation.
Okay, but if I had a negative experience, could I write on social media that I had a negative experience?
If it's a fact, of course. And we had such experiences in the
I was just going to say,
yeah.
so have you had issues with people writing negative?
Yeah, we have negative reviews. I mean, you can't make everyone happy, but you have to reason with the patient. You have to first understand the situation. You know, we can invite the patient for a complimentary revision surgery, or if they lost trust, if they don't want to proceed, then they can get a refund.
So you're probably aware more than most people. The big issues that we keep coming up against is aftercare. What does Longevita do in terms of aftercare?
Patients can book a callback anytime. They can send an email about their images. So those images can get assessed by the operating surgeon. And then we partner with plastic surgeons in the UK.
Okay.
So if they want to be seen by someone face to face, if they want to be examined, or if they want to be restitched, or if there's an infection, for example, the wound needs to be cleaned. Obviously, we don't want the patient to come all the way to Turkey again, as we rely on those partners in the UK to take care of our patients.
So I've heard that you personally want more regulations in the industry. Can you tell me why you want that and how that would look?
Sure. I'm actually writing a white paper at the moment, calling for a regulation around medical tourism industry in the UK, because airline industry is regulated, hotels are regulated, travel agencies, tour operators are regulated, but medical tourism is not in the UK. Whereas medical tourism, if you think about it, it's a combination of all these services, right? It's a very competitive industry. At the moment for Turkey, I can say there are over 6,000 providers out there who are based in Turkey. So if you think about the international players as well, this number can go up to 10,000. There needs to be a framework and a regulation in place to provide guidance and support for the patient to make an informed choice.
The medical tourism industry isn't specifically regulated in the UK, and the UK government has no authority over foreign clinics. Longevita's white paper suggests creating an accreditation body in the UK to help improve safety, transparency, and insurance standards. For now, though, much of the responsibility lies with overseas providers and with the patients themselves.
Happy birthday!
Oh, that's so kind.
Here you go.
27.
This is for you.
Oh, thank you.
This is just a wee thing to celebrate your birthday.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you so much. Turkey tits.
And how are you feeling today?
So much better. Had
Yeah?
a good rest last night. And
Good.
feeling slowly but surely getting better.
But yeah, you slept all right.
Up and down, but when I slept, felt fresh.
Hello. Hey, how are you, Chloe?
Feeling good.
Good. I change
Yeah.
your dressing. You'll be more comfortable.
Okay.
So you use this bra or any sports bra for 1 month. Its duty is just holding the goals, not giving any shape.
Okay.
You don't need to be too tight. Just feel comfortable. Okay. And it's very swollen.
Yeah.
This is not the final shape. Okay.
Okay.
Wash all those places with soap, shampoo, shower gel, and after drying yourself, put first the antiseptic solution to your incision line. I'll give these stuffs to you. Then you put cream on it, and you put gauzes on it, and the bra hold them.
Is
Others-
the sponge okay?
Sponge is okay, or you can use your hands.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
see you. Bye.
I actually was really surprised. Like, it's really neat. Like, it's not like
Yeah.
I expected it to be all around the sides of it.
I feel like he's made my nipples smaller, potentially.
As someone who's seen your nipples once before, they look the same size as me.
Maybe it's the extra size
It's
around it.
because
that
your
makes it
boobs
look
bigger.
Yeah, it
Aye.
makes them look smaller.
Hardest part's over.
Definitely. I'm just really excited to get back to a comfortable hotel room.
I know.
I'm on my way to the dental clinic to see Martin. He's one of over 100,000 British and Irish people who travel every year for turkey teeth. I'm hoping to get talking to him properly today because after that yesterday he was not in the mood to chat, which is completely fair enough because I don't think I would have been either. Between the smell and the butts of teeth flying, I think I'd been in tears. So when you left here yesterday, you just went back to the hotel. How's last night? Did you sleep?
Got a few hours with it.
And was it sore?
Not really. It was more the numbing of the mouth and I couldn't speak.
Yesterday, like, I don't know how you did it because it was like an hour and a half. Was there any point where you were dying to like just say stop?
Just wanted to get through it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, once I started, instead of taking breaks and all that, I just push myself through it. Okay.
Okay.
Let's try.
Today, Martin is having temporary teeth made of plastic inserted to see if the actual veneers will fit.
Hastamız iyi mi? Dün gece herhangi bir ağrısı, sızısı oldu mu? Rahat mı?
So the doctor is asking how you feeling. Did you have any pain
No.
or anything?
Yeah, surprisingly okay.
Her şey
Yok,
hissediyorum.
hiçbir sıkıntı
Süper.
yok.
Tamam.
Once these plastic teeth are slotted into Martin's mouth,
Oh, wow.
he'll test his bite and the appearance.
Martin, please smile. Aynen. Tamam.
Ready? Have a look if you want us to change
yeah.
anything.
Just, I like the four front ones. I don't know if they should be a wee bit shorter.
4 tanesi.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Şöyle.
She's gonna be doing like the way
Pack with B for Turkey. We leave in 2 days and surgery is in 4. I am so nervous.
I sat last night, right, watching mummy makeovers all night on YouTube.
And please, positive stories only.
Cosmetic surgery is no longer just for the rich and famous.
There's so many people that you
Yeah.
can just throw a stone without having someone that's had it done.
Costs are going down
£1,200 I spent.
That's quite cheap.
Very cheap.
if you're willing to travel. I'm Aoife Moore. I'm a journalist and I want to get under the skin of the multi-billion-pound medical tourism industry
So, what do you think?
I think it's too small.
Yeah, let's try bigger.
to try and understand why people have cosmetic surgery abroad.
Smell as well. It smells like burning hair.
You can't stop this. People are out there, they are searching.
Social media is packed with testimonials and glossy surgery journeys.
Now, I don't want to gatekeep. I went to Turkey.
But are they always showing the full story?
Patients at the airports with cranes and with wounds and with, fluids seeping.
There's an abscess in my chest. One of the doctors was checking me and my nipple came off.
There's no doubting the positive results it gives to some.
I mean, the first thing you see when you go and greet someone is their smile,
But what happens when things go wrong and you need help?
Says we can't help her. She's beyond reach now. So then they told us then we're going to turn the machines off at 3 o'clock.
I've had Botox here, 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 and then I had my lips done. Like, that was a couple of years ago now. And my parents hated it. It was very noticeable. My face did look very different. I got Botox when I started at the BBC.
But it doesn't appear it's going to be any easier this time round.
When I was doing my serious thinking face, when I was talking to people and thinking very seriously, I had this line here. You can still see it now. This line here, and it really bugged me. So I think I was only working in BBC News a couple of months, and I went and got Botox, which I hear is very common for women when they start in TV. So that probably wasn't very graceful. Grand.
Medical tourism has boomed in the last 5 years. And Turkey has become a hotspot, especially for cosmetic procedures. Lipo, boobs, teeth, you name it, medical tourism companies have a package trip to suit. But are they sometimes going too far? Procedures like gastric sleeve surgery are usually only done for serious health reasons associated with obesity. But I've found it's being increasingly advertised by some medical tourism companies as a cosmetic procedure. My cousin Sean had it done 4 years ago, but we've never spoken about it. So I'm meeting up with him today to find out exactly what it entails.
As far as I know, right, I'm not a medical person, a gastric sleeve is when it's not actually to do with a sleeve, it's they cut a big bit of your stomach off.
Yeah, so they say that they will take off up to 80% of your stomach. So it's a lot. Like whenever I thought about it.
Say, like, I didn't think you could live with only 20% of your stomach.
They actually gave me a picture of the stomach that they removed. I can show you here. So that's it there. I know.
It looks like a pork fillet.
It really does. It's just like it's like a big bit of meat
It
just
is.
on the table.
It looks like a pork fillet that people buy in the shop.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, some people there were offered to get videos of the surgery and stuff.
Imagine like coming home after a couple of pints and be like, does anybody want to watch
I know.
my gastric sleeve?
Get the popcorn on. But yeah.
Why did you want to get a gastric sleeve? When did you first start thinking about it?
It was during lockdown. I put on so much weight. And there was always loads of things online. And so I went on, looked at Facebook. And to be honest, it was just luck of the draw. So that's me. Then that's
Lovely
another one.
suit.
I know, it was a nightmare to try and find one that fitted, to be fair. Then that's a different wedding then. So that was, yeah.
I don't know, it's such a drastic change.
Yeah.
Like obviously you look drastically different now, but
I started to get quite a lot of negative kind of comments from like friends, family saying you look sick.
we do have the same family, so
I
I
know.
can imagine.
I know, no, teeth and teeth and.
Some of our relatives. How much was your surgery?
3,000, yeah.
On the button?
At 3,000 on the button, you know.
And did you look up trying to get it here?
Yes, and it was just extortionate in comparison, between 10 to 20 grand, you know.
And you didn't go through a rep or anything? Did you contact the hospital directly?
Yeah,
Right.
Now, nobody phoned me or nothing, which I found was so strange. It was just like all WhatsApp messages.
Did you send them photographs? Did you get your BMI checked? Like,
No, they asked just for no photographs or nothing like that. They just asked for my height, my weight, and medications and age, and that was it.
from the surgery, how long were you in Turkey then? Do you go home?
We went there on the Sunday, and then we had the surgery on the Monday, and then we were flying back home on Thursday.
That's really quick.
Yeah.
Would you say you've had a really good experience? Like, would you recommend it to someone else?
I would. Like, I knew what the risks were going to be. I wasn't just going. I knew it wasn't going to be a quick fix. It was a big decision to make, and kind of thinking that, you know, what's the chances that I'll be the one that, you know, that dies, you know, worst case scenario, or ends up with long-term problems. So I just thought, I'll go for it.
Some regulations around surgery are tighter in the UK than in Turkey. Anyone seeking gastric sleeve surgery here, whether on the NHS or privately, would require a number of in-person consultations with their surgeon, as well as comprehensive medical and psychological assessments to determine if surgery was appropriate.
Right, I'm going to pretend like I am looking for a gastric sleeve in the UK. Everything here is saying 7 to 11,000. Even this one is saying it's between 9 and 12 grand in the UK. 12 grand in some places in the north is a house deposit. Then here, the first thing that comes up, weight loss surgery in Turkey, 3,500. Oh my God. There's one here that is advertised for gastric sleeve for £2,440. And like, looking at these websites, they're offering you the moon and the stars, like budget-friendly gastric sleeve, flight tickets, hotel accommodation, VIP transport. It's like a tourist website of the historic town of Izmir. It shows you the beaches, the bazaars, the little town, the Virgin Mary. That's the thing, when you look at all these websites, it's not being sold to you as like a medical trip for you to go to get this necessary surgery to help you. It's sold as a package holiday.
Even though the Advertising Standards Authority have recently investigated and banned multiple ads from overseas clinics that were aimed at UK consumers, social media is awash with cosmetic surgery content. The more reels I viewed, the more my own feed was filled with ads for surgery abroad and people documenting their surgery journeys, which led me to Chloe, who booked her procedure with a medical tourism company in the UK. They act as a link between patients and Turkish surgeons and clinics.
People will private message me or comment under my post, ask me if I've had my boobs done yet. What do you think? Have you ever seen a flatter test anywhere? If I paid for these, I would want a refund. So no, trust me, whenever they're done, you'll know about it.
So we're in Lurgan to meet with Chloe. This is her second attempt to go to Turkey to have a boob job, but she's done like a full TikTok reel basically of how she picked her surgeon, the clinic.
The clinic is registered with the Turkish Ministry of Health. Your doctor is a member of the Turkish Society of Plastic, Reconstructive and Aesthetic Surgeons. They have an online portal where you can go and search your chosen doctor.
She is an ambassador for this clinic and she's making these videos, and I'm not saying she doesn't believe in this clinic, it very much appears that she does, but there is a monetary involvement here because she has given people discounts if they mention her name.
Also, whenever I'm over there, I will be turning 27 in a hospital bed because my procedure will be...
She's so young. She's a gorgeous girl, like, she says she's got 3 daughters and she's still in her 20s, fair play to her.
I look like a fucking poodle, but anyway, I am late.
I'm joining Chloe and her mum Jacqueline at Chloe's home.
Is this something you always thought about? Like, did you always want to have a boob job?
Would have thought about it. I think I probably knew at some point. whenever after I had kids and stuff, I'd probably want to get something done because I'm still so young. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's still an important thing for you to still feel, you know, feminine. But it was actually after I had my second, though, that was when I had a really big change. We were getting married in 2022. So I stopped breastfeeding her a few months before the wedding, and then literally overnight, like, I just woke up and had nothing left. And it was, like, I know it sounds really shallow and really vain, but my heart was broke.
So how did the turkey thing come about? Tell me about that.
Probably the price, mostly, to be honest. Because whenever you're looking at 10 to 12, like, I would just never have that kind of money.
Yeah. What are you having?
So I am having an uplift and implant. I did go over there, in 2023, and I ended up not getting the procedure done because I got sick.
Right, okay.
Yeah, they said, like, they just couldn't guarantee my safety, and their actual words to me were like, this is why you hear horror stories from turkeys, because a lot of surgeons just want your money and not care, and it's not their problem once you leave the country, basically. So I really respected that.
I was looking at your TikTok earlier, right? And it said, like, the name of the clinic, and then you had, like, DM for inquiries. So how does that work?
Yeah. If I promote them on my social media, then I will get anyone that comes through me £200 discount, and I will make £200 commission off that. So I am kind of hoping that I can help people pick somewhere that I know is safe, because I've seen how they can turn people away in the name of safety.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a more ethical way of doing it, knowing that I'm promoting something that's not at all dodgy or anything like that.
And when you were over there, what's the hospital like? Because I've seen, like, I don't know if you've seen some of the TikToks, but some of those hospitals look like 5-star hotels.
Yeah, no, they're really, really lovely. Like, not that that really matters, but like, all you really care is that it's clean and it's safe and all of that.
And tell me about, you know, do you know the name of your surgeon and what he's had, like, his experience and stuff?
Yeah, so the surgeon's Dr. Fouat. He is, I think he's a professor, actually. The stats are something like he's done like thousands, like 30,000 surgeries or something like that. So I feel like really, really comfortable. I have done like hours of research because obviously I want to come home safe. That's my main thing.
Yeah, Mammy.
Yep. I like the way Chloe has sort of said about the way she's researched it and how she's looked into her surgeon and his qualifications and how he's registered and how the company's registered and stuff. I think that's really, really important.
And do you mind me asking about your husband? How does he feel about this?
Yeah, he's been really good. He's always like, I think you're gorgeous, whatever way you are, but
yeah, you're not doing it for him.
It's not for him, but I'm sure he'll be happy.
Of course he will.
He wouldn't be. Under one of my videos, talking about obviously this whole like boob job journey, somebody had left a comment, something to the effect of, I hope her husband has good support whenever their mum doesn't return home or something like that, basically implying that I would die over there.
What?
Yeah.
But anybody who has children should have their affairs in order anyway.
Yeah.
Whether she's going to Turkey or whether she's getting her tonsils out,
Yeah.
she needs to have something in place. God forbid anything ever happened to her.
To see for myself, I'll be travelling with Chloe and her husband Chris to Turkey. But her role as an ambassador for the medical tourism company has left me with some questions.
I think my main concern is that Chloe is an ambassador for a clinic in Turkey that she hasn't had surgery with. She's been there and she's met the staff, but she hasn't had her surgery. She's recommending this clinic and offering people discounts. She has a discount code, she's an ambassador, and I don't blame Chloe for this. But until you've been under the knife and you've had the aftercare, how can you recommend them?
Chloe feels confident in her research and her surgeon. As far as I can see, the clinic she's using certainly seems to be reputable, but not every clinic is the same. Some of the recent stats from Turkey are alarming. In 2023, the number of people needing hospital treatment in the UK after getting cosmetic surgery abroad increased by 94% in 3 years. with procedures carried out in Turkey accounting for more than 3/4 of these. This has led to the British Association of Aesthetic Plastic Surgeons and their Turkish counterparts releasing an unprecedented joint statement.
Okay, undergoing any form of surgery risks experiencing a complication no matter who the surgeon is or where it's performed. However, what multiple reports have highlighted is poor practice, unnecessary risk-taking and potentially avoidable harm to patients. Your surgeon should have been in practice for at least 5 years, should offer you an aftercare plan, advisable to ask how long your surgeon has been working with the clinic. Any Turkish surgeon should be a member of the Turkish Society of Plastic, Reconstructive and Aesthetic Surgeons. And then there's a link where you can click. First of all, the website's all in Turkish and it doesn't offer an English translation, so I've had to turn on the English translation on my web browser. But if this was my mammy or like one of my aunties, if they had to go and find translate in their web browser, they wouldn't be able to do it for starters. I've checked one name of a surgeon that I know, and he's on it. But when you click into his name, it just gives you the address of the hospital. It doesn't tell you what his speciality is. It doesn't tell you how long he's been registered. It's just literally a list of names. I think there's a lot of responsibility being put on patients here. If you go by the guidelines that were on that press release, you will then have to go and ask the surgeon, have you been working for more than 5 years? How long have you been working at this hospital? Like, realistically, I don't think anyone I know will have done this, because I think you assume that your surgeon is going to be qualified. And they said themselves that this is an unprecedented step that they've taken because of the multiple reports. That makes me think that they're worried that some people who are carrying out operations in Turkey are not qualified to carry out operations.
Just a few months after that statement was released, tragedy struck in my hometown, Derry. I only know some of the details from newspaper reports, but one member of the family has agreed to speak to me today and tell me more.
What's the crack, me?
Oh, good. Thank you for that.
No bother. No bother. Well, you want a cup of tea?
Yes, please. If you're making one. You've the most interesting garden in Craigan, I think.
People say you're mad in the head or something. Always mad about the garden, and me and the wife's always crazy about the garden. Just a wee hobby, just making chairs and tables and swings and just make anything, just to pass the time.
In 2023, Shane's youngest daughter Shannon died, 18 months after having travelled to Turkey for a gastric sleeve operation. She was just 32 and a mother of 4.
You were against it at the start.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't want her to go. Did you ever think she would have died?
No, not in a million years. I was always feared in case there was complications. I was always feared, but never death. Never. No way. No.
When did the first kind of mention of Turkey or getting a gastric sleeve, or how did all this
what happened the other day, somebody made a smart remark there one night, one of her friends. They were out one night and somebody made a remark there about her wit.
Right, okay.
And it clicked on her right away.
See, that would have sent me into a spiral as well. And had you heard of people, you know, like, we're both from Derry, right? So I know loads of people that went to Turkey. So obviously it was becoming more and more popular in the north, like.
Yep. It's all social media. They read up and all the people there who got it done and seen all these glamorous results, and were kind of hooked on it.
When she went, did you hear from her every day? What did she say about the surgery? Tell us about how she
Every
felt.
day it was a nightmare. I was going to fly over. She phoned crying. And she says, first of all, the first day she phoned, she says the doctor just spread the money out like a fan and waved it in front of his nose and went, lovely, money, 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 and closed it and put it in his pocket and booked him into the hospital.
Right.
But after that, it was all downhill. It was her treatment then after, then when they were putting lines on there, they weren't actually connected in, they were running out, the stuff was running out onto the bed. and she was in that much pain, but the nurses who was on couldn't speak English.
So she gets home.
Yeah.
How did she feel when she gets home? Was she buzzing?
She was grand. She was grand to start. She was like, oh, it'll be a new me, it'll be a new... No, everything was top of range. She started to take her nutrients, like, and then it just started to go pear-shaped from here on then.
How long do you think before
I'd
complications?
say a couple of months.
Couple of months.
Maybe about 6 weeks to 2 months, maybe. But every time that she tried to eat something, it came back up again. And then eventually it turned to everything she drunk, came back up again.
Did she get back in touch with Turkey and say something was wrong?
She got back into her start with Turkey, and Turkey says, here, go back to the start of the program again and start from scratch, which she did. She started way back getting the proteins and started to begin again, but the process kept continuing. The sickness kept going. There was no stopping the sickness at all. Shannon got really, really bad then. She was really heart sick then. Like she came to the stage that I would have to put my arms around her and help her to walk. Like her legs and all the power of her legs don't start to leave her then. And then her teeth started to rot because of the sickness, constantly sickness. And then it came to the stage then that she lay on the sofa constantly.
Shannon sought out professional medical help when she arrived home and even hired a dietitian. But all to no avail. 18 months later, she was admitted to intensive care.
The doctor brought us into a room and he says, listen, Shannon's organs are starting to fail here. And potentially, Shannon's dying. He says, we can't help her. She's beyond reach now. So then they told us then, we're going to turn the machines off at 3 o'clock. Get everybody together, and we asked, is there any hope at all? She says, no.
What age was Shannon?
Shannon was 32.
And Shannon has babies. Like, what age were Shannon's children when Shannon died?
Shannon's youngest, when she died, was 4. You know? I'm sorry about that.
Sorry.
I told her I'd look after the Waynes for her. I'll do everything in my power for the Waynes, and which I will do. You know what I mean? So even trying to take the Waynes even down to your grave, they're saying, Grandad, why is my mammy down there? And I said, your mammy's not down there, son. Your mammy's body might be down there, but your mammy's up there. And then the times they would go outside and they would look at the star, and then the youngest one would go, look, Grandad, there's my mammy there. Brightest star in the sky, she's looking out for me. You know what I mean? So that's the way the Waynes is, like, you know what I mean?
And how have you and your wife coped since?
Deadly, serious. Madness. So it was wicked. Knowing that we couldn't help her. That an operation like that goes so wrong, you know? Tried to take my own life. Tried to take my own life 8 times.
8 times?
8 times after that.
From you know...
Shannon died, just constantly taking overdoses. And I think that was the only way I could get the grief out of me. You know what I mean? To try and fight with it was to try and go and see her, to see if she was okay. Thinking maybe you might die and come back again. No,
you're not just
stuff.
not thinking rationally.
You're just not thinking at all. You know what I mean? I was angry at the health services. I was angry at Turkey. I was angry, why did Shannon get taken so young? Do you know what I mean? Why was she not given a chance to live a full life? But unfortunately, it didn't work that way.
It's hard to make sense of how a young woman could essentially starve to death. An inquest scheduled for later this year may be the family's only chance to get answers. Shannon's dad, Shane, has given me access to her Facebook posts from the time, so I can see for myself what Shannon went through.
So it's a mirror selfie in Turkey. She's in her pajamas and like her hair's just tied up in a messy bun. She just looks like any of us when we're not dressed. And it says, anyone that knows me knows I'd rather die than post such an ugly picture of myself like this one. But you know what? I went for this surgery because I was so down on myself. And posting this already shows me my mindset is shifting because I know it's only up from here.
Hashtag sleeved, hashtag sleeve sister, hashtag only up from here. That really makes me want to cry. This is the last photo that Shannon posted. And that's 2 months before she died. Like, she's so sunken around here, and she has like a wee rash around her mouth there, and like her wee neck and stuff. She's so skinny. And she looks so defeated, doesn't she? I know the inquest is seeking specialists to find out whether earlier medical help could have prevented Shannon's death. There's a lot of unknown about why Shannon died and how Shannon died. Shannon didn't come home from Turkey and die. It was a year and a half. It was a year and a half where she was going to the doctor and she was going to hospital, and her hair was falling out, and she said she was at a dietitian. And then when they do take her into hospital, she's in intensive care for 5 weeks, and then she dies. That's something, the ball was dropped somewhere. She went to Turkey for major surgery. She was sent home 4 or 5 days later, and they never saw her again. She barely heard from them again. That's not right. The more I look into the medical tourism industry, there's one key issue that keeps coming up, and it's aftercare. What happens when you're thousands of miles away from your surgeon and something goes wrong? And that's when I came across Lauren.
You ever wanted to see what it was like going to the hospital to get a mummy makeover in Turkey? Well, let me show you.
34-year-old Lauren travelled to Turkey in January 2025 for a mummy makeover.
Lovely smell and lovely people.
Lauren gained a following on TikTok over the last few years, charting her weight loss. And because of that following, she even got a price reduction from the hospital in Turkey for recording her journey. Travel to Turkey with me! It says 173,000 views. She filmed everything from the highs of travelling to Turkey. You look so buzzing!
I was so buzzing.
To the lows of feeling unwell when she returned home.
The video that I wanted to make at all. But as you can see, I am in the hospital and there's an abscess in my chest, so I have to go for surgery again. Here. And I am absolutely devastated.
She had developed a severe infection which caused sepsis. So let's take it back to the start, right? Before Turkey, like, what was it about your body? Was there always like an insecurity there or a vulnerability there that you wanted to change?
I've always been a bigger girl.
Okay.
And it never bothered me before until after I had kids. So when I lost that weight, I just had a lot of loose skin. So that, I couldn't see the results of all the work that I put in.
I can't believe it. Use it.
Lauren got a Turkish hospital recommendation from a friend.
This is mainly loose skin.
Gonna go to the gym, do 20 minutes on the stairs and 10 minutes on the treadmill and pack my stuff.
She also saw some other local influencers had gone to Turkey and ended up booking her surgery via WhatsApp with Ekel Hospitals.
I wanted to get a mummy makeover.
You hear mummy makeover all the time, but I don't actually know what it is.
What I wanted first was a reduction, a lift and an implant.
Is that just boobs?
Yes.
Right.
I also wanted an arm lift.
Is that so they
here?
Yeah.
And a tummy tuck with 360 liposuction. I know it sounds so extreme when you say it one after the other. So, but that was what I was wanting.
So when you get into the hospital then, I take it everybody knows who you are, what's going on.
Before the surgery, my surgeon came that morning and marked me up, told me that I couldn't get implants because of the shape of my chest, and that getting an arm lift would just be too much surgery at once.
Okay.
So I said, I've already paid for the arm lift, so can I get 360 lipo instead? And that was agreed.
Okay.
This just reminds you of holidays. I know I'm not really here for a holiday, but like...
4 days after her major surgery involving multiple procedures, Lauren was told she was fit to fly home to Ireland. And at first, things seemed to be fine.
When did it start occurring to you that something might not be right?
9 days after surgery. Just put my top out and just seen blood. And when I took the compression off, the blood started flying out. Like, I mean, I've never seen anything like it in my life. It was pink sludge. It wasn't even red blood. And then I sent a photo of that.
Right.
And then I got a text back saying, let me speak to your surgeon. And then I didn't hear anything from them until the next day.
Stop.
As the infection took hold, Lauren's mother, Catherine, became very concerned.
It was like pus.
Right.
And it was a hole. And she says, what's wrong?
Yeah.
And I was going, oh my God, I need to bring her to the Royal.
And were you afraid she was going to die?
Yes, very much.
Aye.
Very much. I actually said to my husband at one stage, what are we going to tell these kids?
Yeah.
And he just couldn't even speak.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to die. I didn't know what was wrong with me, but the blood was kept going out. Sorry, in the middle of this, one of the doctors was checking me in the Royal, and my nipple came off.
Lauren was taken by ambulance for emergency plastic surgery at the Ulster Hospital, and she spent the next 9 days recovering there.
Here's me waking up right beside my little princess. I missed her so much. Feeling great.
Although Lauren is recovering well, the mental scars are still there.
I just felt like a disgrace. I felt like an absolute disgraceful mother and a selfish, horrible person. I know that sounds extreme, but I mean...
Because you had put
I put myself in the position. I put my kids in that position. Even though I know I didn't put sepsis into myself, I didn't do all that. But at the end of the day, my kids are my responsibility, and I was nearly taking myself away from them. For what?
Lauren contacted Eccles Hospitals to get more details on her surgery.
They apparently record surgery there for insurance purposes. I've asked them for it and they're refusing to give it to me. Why? What's the deal?
It's surely to your body.
It's me, innit?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I be allowed to see that? They've also said that if I remove my social media videos, they'll refund me. Yeah.
Stop.
So this is where I'm going with I've done my research, but how many people have took down their reviews, their
'Cause they
bad
needed the
reviews
money
because they
back?
wanted their money back? Because people aren't going to Turkey for surgery because they're millionaires.
No.
Complications can arise from any surgery, and it's difficult to pinpoint who, if anyone, is to blame for what happened to Lauren. Eccles did message her back, saying that she'd not stayed in hospital long enough following her surgery. They asked whether it was Lauren herself or her Eccles representative in NI who was responsible for this. But is it not the job of medical professionals to decide when you're fit to be discharged? Eccles have a strong online presence, and I want to understand how they handle bad reviews.
Trustpilot confirmed it is currently investigating Eccles and the reviews on its page. Patients who complained about their procedures at Eccles were made to sign disclaimers stating they would not post negative comments about the company online. If any business is trying to have bad reviews removed, it doesn't spell that it's going too well. The fact that it's a hospital doing it makes me very uneasy. If they actively have someone trying to remove negative reviews, that means that there's enough negative reviews that they're worried about it.
Roadshows are a big thing for many medical tourism companies, helping to build their brand and sign up potential clients.
Eccles Roadshow Glasgow, Eccles Roadshow Manchester, mommy makeovers.
It's an opportunity for prospective patients to meet their surgeon in advance, something that's recommended in all the UK guidelines.
One of their YouTube videos has nearly 400,000 views.
Not long after I met Lauren, Eccles advertised a roadshow in Dublin, and I could see that her surgeon was coming over. I got in touch with him asking if I could speak with him. I was told it wouldn't be possible, but that an internal investigation into Lauren's case was ongoing. In a few weeks' time, I'll be travelling to Turkey with Chloe to see how her boob job goes. She's booked surgery through a different medical tourism company. But before I jump on a flight, Lauren's back at the Ulster Hospital for a checkup after her emergency surgery.
How are you feeling?
And she's invited me to tag along.
What are you afraid of?
Extremely nervous.
You've been
Didn't
in
realise
limbo?
it was going to be this worked up about it.
Well, it's never going to be nice coming back to somewhere where you were so sick.
But it is what, I don't know, maybe I'm so negative today.
Given hers was an emergency situation, consultant plastic surgeon Alistair Brown has been treating Lauren since she returned from Turkey.
Lauren, I'm just going to have a wee look, okay? Just let me know if you're sore anywhere at all, and obviously if it is tender, you know, it's up. So just going to have a wee look here, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
How's that scar just down there?
It's a wee bit sore sometimes.
Just over the other side?
There is sometimes hard lumps as well.
Okay. Okay, that's great, thank you.
No worries.
Regarding the scarring, regarding the shape, etc., and otherwise, what are your thoughts on that at the minute?
It's very hard to get your head around looking at yourself when there's this amount of scars on your body. I was obviously going to Turkey thinking I was going to come out better than before, and while aspects are better than before, it's very hard to accept.
Alistair has nearly 20 years' experience as a consultant plastic surgeon and is a spokesperson for BAPRAS, who publish clear guidance for patients considering surgery abroad. So once Lauren's appointment was over, I took the chance to delve a little deeper into her case and find out what he thinks of the medical tourism industry in general.
If Lauren didn't come to the hospital and didn't get seen, could have we been looking at a fatality?
If infection, gets hold of the body significantly and the patient becomes septic, that can be extreme. You can start to get tissue dying, you can get wounds open up, and that can be very destructive. In the worst case scenario, that can be fatal.
How many people are you seeing with complications? Could you put weekly, daily, monthly? What do you...
It can vary. I mean, we can see several a week, or there can be several a month. We've had patients admitted up to 16 days or more in a hospital that required multiple operations. But we do have to treat, these significant complications. I mean, I've heard stories of patients at the airports with drains and with wounds and with, fluids seeping. And then as further down the line, weeks or months down the line, when things really do go wrong, really bad infections, wounds opening up, implants being exposed for breast surgeries. So getting on top of those complications in early stage, having the appropriate aftercare is so important. But if you don't, something that was meant to enhance a person can scar them permanently. No matter how skilled we are or whatever, we simply sometimes cannot put it back to the way it should have been, let alone the way they wanted to be when enhanced. But unfortunately, the ones that don't have the proper aftercare in place do sometimes come our way.
If you return home from cosmetic surgery abroad and experience complications, the NHS policy is very clear.
They say if a patient procures private healthcare which is not commissioned, funded and provided in Northern Ireland, they should not expect any associated care to be provided other than emergency care. Now, this also mentions specifically bariatric care and gastric sleeves, which made me think about Shannon. So I think the fact is, if you don't present with an emergency in a Northern Ireland hospital, they're not going to help you. And we know the NHS is underfunded and overrun, so I can see that side of it.
It's estimated that each person presenting with complications to a UK hospital after surgery abroad costs the NHS £15,000 on average. And it's clear that Lauren is not the only one to experience complications with Eckel hospitals in Turkey.
Off the back of what happened to Lauren, we got in touch with another woman who was there at the same time, and she said that she's also got an infection, she's also been hospitalised, and now she stopped answering our calls, and all her social media posts about the incident have been deleted. We know that Eckel did offer Lauren a refund if she would delete all her social media posts, and I don't know if that's what happened in this case, but it would reflect a pattern.
Pack with me for Turkey. We leave in 2 days and surgery is in 4. I am so nervous. For the night time, I packed kind of oversized, easy to get on things like this wee nightie. If I can't manage getting that on over my head, I can sort of put it up that way. Might be wishful thinking, but I did pack a couple of nice like dresses. And that is us pretty much done. I cannot believe this has come around. I'm just excited to come home and see the kids and know that I'm safe and well and everything's went to plan.
Chloe has arrived in Istanbul for her long-awaited boob job. And I'm meeting up with her and her husband Chris at the hotel.
This is the right room.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. We're getting really close. This is Chris, by the way. You haven't met him before.
I've heard a lot about you. All right, how's it going?
All good, yeah.
What is it you think is the most nerve-wracking? Is it the going under?
I think so. Well, I've never had surgery before, ever. Right. So the idea of anaesthetic does really frighten me.
Of course. And how are you feeling? You've been dating since like high school and stuff. Do you remember Chloe talking about this?
Yeah, you've always talked about getting bigger boobs. Like whenever you were a teenager, Chloe took these pills to try and make her boobs bigger. So it's always been a thing that's been in the back of your head, and then once you've got to the stage after kids and stuff and things have changed, you realise, okay, I need it done.
Yeah. So you're going to get your procedure, and then the next day you're going to wake up and it's your birthday and you've got birthday boobs.
Literally, yeah. 27.
With new boobs.
With the new boobs. I just can't wait to throw out all my old stinking bras. I really can't.
Your wee small bras.
The wee tiny ones that hold. I don't even need them, really.
Oh my God, that is not a life I have ever lived.
I envy you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Dr. Fuat Yüksel, Chloe's surgeon, has over 30 years' experience with over 25,000 surgeries under his belt.
We must try to understand what size you want.
Okay.
So we'll try sizer. Please wear this. What bra size do you want at the end?
At least a D.
Yeah. First the 350. What do you think?
I think too small.
Yeah, let's try bigger.
They're smaller than I would have expected.
Yeah.
At that size.
So we'll do 400 now. Teacup maybe.
Bigger. Do you?
If you try the shirt,
Okay.
you can.
Oh, okay, you can see better on.
Are these the teardrop shape?
This is sizer. We use round implant to you, but this is sizer to cover the breast over it.
I think maybe around this size, but with the lift and the higher profile.
The implant itself looks like this. If it's high profile, it's very projected, but if it's low profile, it's less projected but wider.
Okay.
Let me show some example.
Okay.
6 months after surgery. This is 450. 500.
Yeah, that's
you
quite
ask
big.
about that.
But that would be too
500.
big for me. We'll decide between the 400 and the 450cc kind of on the table.
We lift the table a few times. We see if it's even, normal.
I trust you to
Don't
pick
worry.
the right
yeah,
size.
Yeah. Sometimes you must leave to surgeons some.
Yeah, you're
small,
the expert.
Yeah.
How do you feel after meeting him?
I went in with thinking I would like a certain size, and it was so different than what I imagined.
What do you mean? Was it too big?
No, it was smaller than I expected.
Okay.
But then it didn't take into account the lift. It didn't take into account the shape of the implant as well.
Right. Yeah, I suppose it just shows you like what.
Yeah, yeah.
You felt like you're making a big decision. And do you feel more nervous now or less nervous for meeting him?
No, he has a really calm energy, and he just gives an energy off that he really knows what he's doing.
Gets the most that you can ask for, like.
100%. I might cry tomorrow, but
Of course. I'll probably cry tomorrow.
You'll cry with me.
It's estimated that over 100,000 people travel from the UK each year for dental procedures. This phenomenon is in no small part due to the perfect smiles we see on shows like Love Island and has become known as turkey teeth.
Absolutely perfect. Now, I don't want a gatekeeper. I went to Turkey to get...
But behind the glossy veneers, there are also viral horror stories of dentistry gone wrong. I've arranged to meet Martin, who has travelled to Istanbul in search of the perfect smile.
So we're at a different part of the city, and we have heard that he's actually come along with a group of like 8 or 9 people from the north who are attending this dental clinic to have veneers and different treatments. So we're on our way to go meet him now.
Whilst Turkey does have a dental association, dental tourism by its very nature often involves shorter, all-in-one procedures without any guaranteed follow-up should you need it.
Open, please.
Martin is in for his pre-op assessment before getting new veneers fitted.
Wonder, do you get like a sticker and a lollipop after this, like you do at the dentist?
We badge on 'em.
Yeah. Martin was such a brave boy at the dentist today.
And like so many, Martin found that the prices here can be up to 70% lower than at home.
We've had a hard time getting people. We kind of felt that there was this like stigma about turkey teeth and, you know, those like big white Hollywood kind of teeth that you see with people.
Yeah.
Tell me why you've decided to come to Turkey to get your teeth done.
Yeah, well, me and partner's getting married, so...
Oh, congratulations. When do you get married?
Well, we haven't set a date yet, but we got engaged, so... Nice to get these done, so...
Yeah,
nice for
we can see how nice the teeth are and then...
Yeah, and then organise that, yeah.
What is it actually about them that bothers you?
Well, they're discoloured from smoking and stuff like that, and they're not straight.
Yeah.
The gap between the front teeth. And
Yeah.
I never had that before, and then I got crowns a few years back, and it sort of widened after, I don't know, a year or so.
And it pushed them
created a
apart,
gap, yeah,
right?
between my front teeth, so...
Martin's pre-op assessment includes x-rays and photographs. And before applying the new veneers, he will have his teeth shaved.
I know this hasn't happened to me, right? But I'm very nervous about you getting your teeth shaved.
I've had it done before with my 2 front teeth, so...
Oh, have you?
I sort of know what I'm up for, but...
And what does it feel like?
It smells like burning hair, do you know? I know. That helps you anyway.
And is it? Do you have to get all your teeth shaved, or is it just
I think there's 14 as far as I know.
14?
I think so.
It smells like burning hair, right? Ugh, just anything to do with teeth. I'm more worried about you than you are.
Yeah.
Martin's teeth will mostly be replaced with laminate veneers.
With the laminate, we do not shave too much, so
Yeah,
we
it's
don't
not
really go
super-
near the gums much, you know.
Yeah.
However, his 2 crowns at the front will be replaced with zirconium, a type of ceramic.
When the patient gets the zirconium, it's usually if the tooth is damaged or root canal treatment was made.
If Martin was having all zirconium crowns, it would require 60 to 70% of his teeth to be shaved down. I've read reports of people returning from Turkey with a mouthful of zirconium crowns that were totally unnecessary. Thankfully, Martin's procedure isn't as invasive as that.
Will Martin be in pain now?
He might feel sensitive.
Yeah. Okay.
He might feel sensitive.
It's all very short. It's over a few days. but they're short appointments.
Yeah.
I don't know what I expected.
Usually, this treatment takes less time compared to other treatments like zirconium crowns. But when you get laminate veneers, so
It's not as invasive.
it's more like holidays.
Holidays with the dentist.
So the total price, €4,690.
Is that more than you thought it would be?
We will.
Yeah. You're given like a ballpark kind of figure?
Yeah. Well, can't talk.
Yeah.
I'm happy enough.
Okay. That is hands down the nicest dentist office I have ever been in my life. It was so modern and clean. It depends what you think of surgery in Turkey, but I think some people have the image that it's dirty and, you know, unsterile and, you know, it's a big conveyor belt of people, whereas, like, I'm not saying those places don't exist, but just that we haven't seen them. The hospitals we're in are very modern and everything else, but we know because we've met the people who tell us that not everyone gets that. Not every hospital is the same, not every clinic's the same. So I suppose this all comes down to, like, doing your research.
It's the next morning in Istanbul, and today is the day Chloe gets her new boobs.
How are you feeling today? Did you sleep last night?
No, I was like, I'm not doing this. I just can't. I really want the end goal, but I just don't like this part of the process.
Yeah. Do you get to see the surgeon this morning before you go in, or is it
Yeah,
just...
he'll have to come in and like mark me up and stuff.
Okay. And Chris, did you sleep last night?
Yes, but it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not worried that much about you. I know you're in good hands.
Yeah. But it's like it'll be over in such a flash. It's just going to sleep and open your eyes again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morning. Very nervous.
Oh, wow.
After a short walk to the hospital,
This is nice.
Chloe and Chris are given their own private room.
The nurses will come to prepare you, they will check your vitals, and then we will wait for the surgeon.
I'm gonna throw up.
You can't throw up because you've nothing to throw up.
Sure.
Hello, morning. How are you?
Before going down to theatre, Chloe's surgeon has arrived to mark her up.
So we first determine the place of the nipple.
And will that be moved?
No, just lift it. So the cut will be around your areola and vertical incision. Okay. So we talked 450 yesterday, but if I see inappropriate condition, maybe we can put 425, but it's a very small probability. Okay?
Okay.
You're all good. You look great.
Oh my god.
Love you.
No, I'm gonna go away. When she gave Chris a hug and stuff, I just felt really emotional.
I'm in Istanbul with Chloe, who booked her boob job online with a medical tourism company.
Love you. Big sweet.
This is her second trip with them, after she was deemed too ill to be operated on the first time. As an ambassador for the company, she's posting her journey online.
400 is okay for your body.
It's the morning of her surgery, and Chloe is going down to the operating theatre.
So we did ask, could we film the surgery? But the hospital said no. And Chris is going to phone Chloe's mommy now. So they told us 2 hours, but it could be sooner. So Chloe got up this morning, real nervous, and still made a TikTok.
So it's 7:15 right now. Today is surgery morning for my boob job, and I have never felt nerves like this. I could throw up. I just feel so anxious. I'm gonna cry thinking about it.
Fair play to her. Some girl said, I've had 5 surgeries, and I promise you it's fine. I'm in Istanbul right now, also to have my boobs done, also having surgery in the morning. Love your vlogs. Happy new boob day. Like, a lot of these girls are saying, oh my God, I'm so excited for you. And they don't know Chloe at all. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I actually think it's quite sweet at times, because, you know, you get invested in this person that you've been watching through your phone. But you would just worry, and I think everyone would worry, that those same social media algorithms could prey on people's insecurities and maybe force them into surgeries that they aren't suitable for, are too young for, don't necessarily need.
2 hours later, Chloe is out of surgery and I'm allowed in to see her.
If you need them, you can just press it, okay?
Shortness of breath.
Yes, that's also very normal.
Yeah, people say it's an elephant sit here.
Yeah, that's how it feels. Sort of shimmy up,
Mm.
like putting the weight on my arms.
Like you can't see them yet, obviously, but like, do you feel different? Do you feel heavier or like?
Up here, like, what is this? It feels like it's like up to my neck. Yeah. I'm not used to it. I'm used to being completely flat, so
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see what they look like. Did you take any pictures of them in surgery?
No, because we'll see it tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll see you later.
Thank you so much.
Okay?
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Within hours, Chloe is being encouraged to get up and walk.
Feels very different standing up.
This helps prevent blood clots and speed up recovery.
Just have all this extra weight that I need to get used to carrying. You're walking very well. Yeah.
So we've just left Chloe. She did say she's in a lot of pain. She said her back is really sore, which she wasn't expecting. And they seem very high up, and she did say that. She said they seem very high up, but then they're going to be really swollen. Like I just know anecdotally from other people who got them done, they are swollen for a good while. So she'll get to see them tomorrow. Thank God everything went well. Doctor said there was no complications, so that's as much as we know for now, but it's all good. So today I'm supposed to meet the CEO of Longevita, Chloe's medical tourism company. And I have a lot of questions about medical tourism in general because obviously after speaking to some of the people that we've spoken to,
ago. And it was based on a personal story. My wife actually had an accident in London. She broke her cheekbone and she became my first client.
can you explain to me why surgery is so much cheaper in Turkey than it is at home?
Sure, the wages are low. The real estate costs, pound per square foot, are much lower. The insurance premiums are lower.
Okay.
So that is why you have that massive price difference.
Why do you use brand ambassadors?
Our brand ambassadors are our previous patients.
Chloe's a brand ambassador. Before she even got her surgery, she referred more than 100 people to Longevita through her TikToks and social media and stuff. Is it really credible that someone who hasn't had surgery can recommend Longevita when she doesn't know? I mean,
I think it is, because this is not only about the surgical experience. The experience starts at the moment that you make an inquiry. Actually, it takes on an average of 3 to 4 months for our patients to make a decision to make the trip to Turkey.
If Chloe had some kinds of complications now, would she be able to post on social media about that?
If you, yes, of course. I mean, we have some clauses in place on our contract to prevent keyboard warriors because we want to protect our brand.
So what are those clauses?
It protects the brand against defamation.
Okay, but if I had a negative experience, could I write on social media that I had a negative experience?
If it's a fact, of course. And we had such experiences in the
I was just going to
past.
say, so have you had issues with people writing negative?
Yeah, we have negative reviews. I mean, you can't make everyone happy, but you have to reason with the patient. You have to first understand the situation. You know, we can invite the patient for a complimentary revision surgery, or if they lost trust, if they don't want to proceed, then they can get a refund.
So you're probably aware more than most people. The big issues that we keep coming up against is aftercare. What does Longevita do in terms of aftercare?
Patients can book a callback anytime. They can send an email about their images. So those images can get assessed by the operating surgeon. And then we partner with plastic surgeons in the UK.
Okay.
So if they want to be seen by someone face to face, if they want to be examined, or if they want to be restitched, or if there's an infection, for example, the wound needs to be cleaned. Obviously, we don't want the patient to come all the way to Turkey again, as we rely on those partners in the UK to take care of our patients.
So I've heard that you personally want more regulations in the industry. Can you tell me why you want that and how that would look?
Sure. I'm actually writing a white paper at the moment calling for a regulation around medical tourism industry in the UK because airline industry is regulated, hotels are regulated, travel agencies, tour operators are regulated, but medical tourism is not in the UK. Whereas medical tourism, if you think about it, it's a combination of all these services, right? It's a very competitive industry. At the moment for Turkey, I can say there are over 6,000 providers out there who are based in Turkey. So if you think about the international players as well, this number can go up to 10,000. There needs to be a framework and a regulation in place to provide guidance and support for the patient to make an informed choice.
The medical tourism industry isn't specifically regulated in the UK, and the UK government has no authority over foreign clinics. Longevita's white paper suggests creating an accreditation body in the UK to help improve safety, transparency, and insurance standards. For now, though, much of the responsibility lies with overseas providers and with the patients themselves.
Happy birthday!
Oh, that's so nice.
Here you go.
Selling.
This is for you.
Oh, thank you.
This is just a wee thing to celebrate your birthday.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you so much. Turkey tips.
And how are you feeling today?
So much better. I had a good rest last night. And
Good.
feeling slowly but surely getting better.
But yeah, you slept all right?
Up and down, but when I slept, felt fresh.
Hello. Hey, how are you, Chloe?
I'm feeling good.
Good. I change your dressing. You'll be more comfortable.
Okay.
So you use this bra or any sports bra for 1 month. Its duty is just holding the gauze, not giving any shape.
Okay.
You don't need to be too tight. Just feel comfortable. Okay. And it's very swollen.
Yeah.
This is not the final shape. Okay.
Okay.
Wash all those places with soap, shampoo, shower gel, and
Between the smell
and the butts of teeth flying. I think I'd been in tears. So when you left here yesterday, you just went back to the hotel. How's last night? Did you sleep?
Got a few hours with it.
And was it sore?
Not really. It was more the numbing of the mouth when I couldn't speak.
Yesterday, like, I don't know how you did it because it was like an hour and a half. Was there any point where you were dying to like just say stop?
Just wanted to get through it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, once I started, instead of taking breaks and all that, I just push myself through it. Okay.
Okay.
O zaman let's try.
Today, Martin is having temporary teeth made of plastic inserted to see if the actual veneers will fit.
Hastamız iyi mi? Dün gece herhangi bir ağrısı, sızısı oldu mu? Rahat mı?
So the doctor is asking how you feeling. Did you have any pain?
No.
Or anything?
Yeah, surprisingly okay.
Her şey
Yok,
istiyor.
hiçbir sıkıntı
Süper.
yok.
Tamam.
Once these plastic teeth are slotted into Martin's mouth,
Oh wow.
he'll test his bite and the appearance.
Martin, please smile. Aynen. Tamam.
Ready? Have a look if you want us to change
yeah.
anything.
Just, I like the 4 front ones. I don't know if they should be a wee bit shorter.
4 tanesi.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. She's gonna be doing like the way